Adults of Reddit, what is something that sucks about being an adult that most teenagers don't realize? The adult part. The moment you need to pay for everything, and the realization that fresh food spoils faster than you ever noticed before was eye-opening. For me, it's watching my parents get old. As a teenager, I thought they were all about keeping me restricted and controlled. Now I realize they're just two people who never had a kid before, did the best they knew how, and ducked up at times like all other humans on the planet. I never realized how much I needed them emotionally until I saw my father through his open heart surgery and saw Parkinson's take my mother's independence. So here I'm still feeling like a teenager on the inside, staring down the barrel of 50, wondering what the hell happened. Edit. Thank you for the awards. You can count your friends on one hand and most of those have been grandfathered in. Discipline is very hard to maintain when you are lacking purpose. When you are a teenager, there's so much you think you can achieve. It'll get into that college. It'll get that degree. It'll land that cool job after. It'll date that person who will fulfill me. However, what happens when those things fail and you have to readjust? What if the idea of progress turns into an idea of just sustainment? My advice to teenagers: the most important thing you need to work towards figuring out as you enter into early adulthood is your purpose. It can change over time, of course, but never be without it. You can do whatever you want, but most of the time you either have commitments that prevent it, or you can't afford it. You are always cleaning the kitchen, planning dinner every damn night. There's never enough time for all the things you need to do. Definitely not enough time for the things you want to do. The repetition makes you lose time. Having the same job, workout regimen, schedule in general makes days blend into one another. Edit. Autocorrect. Should have said workout instead of without. Bland to blend. Regime to regiment. To regime. My god. Did I spell anything correctly? Edit. Thanks for all the replies. I just want to point out I didn't mean life becomes boring. I was just talking about lack of those major separators we had as children, like summer vacation, new school, your first kiss etc. Due to those major separators missing, I don't recall if I did something a year ago or 3 years ago. It's a little blurry if something happened 2 weeks ago or 4 months ago. This is because once you have a career and a home, you're doing a lot of similar things most days: work, chores, cooking, hobbies etc. This is why the days start to blend into one another, at least in your memory. That ordering food is actually expensive and your parents weren't lying to you. The pain. Bodies start breaking down. You know, all those things you thought you would do when you were out on your own. They cost money and you have to work for it. Always prepare for the worst. Keep seeing more people that fought hard for their dream job. Now they're miserable. You come home from work and you're tired, and if you don't feel like making dinner, then you're not eating dinner. Even though February is the shortest month, the rent is still the same. Being lonely. Making friends as an adult is difficult, sometimes verging on impossible. You don't see people in your age group who are doing the same things you are every day anymore. When something goes wrong or something unexpected happens, there's no one else to deal with it. Plugged toilet. You gotta clear it. Car out of gas. You gotta fill it. Run out of clean undies. You gotta do laundry. From small things to massive things, there's no one to make it go away but you. You're at a time in your life when you see your friends almost every day at school. That should be cherished, because it's vastly simpler than maintaining friendships as you enter adulthood and you don't have that constant contact. Life as an adult is change. Most of it outside of your control. People change. Circumstances shift. All of that work you put into your adult friendships can vanish in an instant, and you just have to adapt and move on. One day your body will betray you. Edit. This blew up faster than my kneecap. A $1,000 paycheck isn't nearly as exciting as an adult. Forgetting your age is a real problem. The only people who remind me how old I am are my kids, and I often have to double check. I used to ask my parents how old they were, and they always can't remember, or said 21, and it confused me. I get it now. Dental care. It's so damn expensive if you let your teeth degrade. Please floss my dudes. Edit. My mother has worked in dental for over 30 years and comes home with horror stories. Stop talking out your asses. When all the cliches that used to PSS you off start making sense and meaning something, but you can't explain it to younger people because they haven't lived that life experience yet. This thread started off as funny, and then as I kept reading I got really sad. The importance and scarcity of time. Your you time gets seriously reduced as you get older and your other responsibilities mount up. I used to think that spending half an hour cleaning 3 times a week was the worst thing ever. Now I spend about an hour cleaning pretty much every day. Between work, maintaining a house, and raising kids, the amount of you time gets reduced to minutes a day. Anything else you want to do means sacrificing sleep. The other thing is how true time only actually is. Simply existing and breathing costs money, food, rent, bills, transport cost money. Often the difference between happiness and unhappiness for me was comfortably making it to my next paycheck. Waking up and just aching for non-discernible reason other than having slept back. A bit funny. Oh, and the 3-day hangovers that make it barely worth drinking more than a couple glasses of wine. Money adds up quick. You see something cheap that you want as a teen and think it's only $5. Yes, it is only $5, but when the end of the month comes, all those only purchases add up really fast. You can be homeless. People expect you to know what you're doing. That you had no idea what you were talking about when you were a teenager. By the time you're 30 you are going to be lucky to see whatever close friends you have left more than a couple times a year. And it's considered normal. You will be held accountable. No excuses, no blaming. Everything you buy starts to own you. Got a new car. You now have to make a monthly payment. Buy insurance. Fill with gas. Get inspected. Change the oil. Apply for a street parking permit etc. Just bought a house. Well, on top of your mortgage, insurance and property taxes you now have to mow your lawn. Clean the building. Maintain all of your appliances. Repair damages when they are small so you don't have to spend as much. Possibly follow HOA rules etc. I just wanna get drunk and play video games. But I can't because my refrigerator broke 2 days ago. And there's a shortage of fridges because of COVID. So I had to borrow my college-age cousin's mini fridge. So now I'm on back order for 3 weeks waiting for something I just spent $2,500 on to arrive. Edit. A lot of people are bringing up the cost of the fridge. I'm paying for a high quality fridge that's pretty big because my household needs that along with shipping and install. I'm not happy about the price either, but that was the quickest delivery option I had for something that fits my needs while also fitting the look of my kitchen. Normally I'd wait for a holiday sale to get a big appliance, but this was an emergency, and delete the cost for convenience sake. I can afford the cost of the fridge and am not going to go into the hole over this amount, but I'd rather spend that money on almost anything else. Like I said, not a lot of things in stock during this pandemic. Adult freedom and responsibilities are a double-edged sword. You now can make pretty much all your own life choices, from the small to the large. You can set out and make your own destiny, but you are also responsible for the outcome of all those choices, both good and bad. It's your life now. You don't have anyone to tell you what the right choice is. You can call friends and family for advice, and there are lots of scammers out there who will tell you 110 they know the answer if you pay them. But ultimately it is your decision. You either make a choice or don't, and not choosing is still a choice, then have to live with the consequences for the rest of your life. Even as a teen, you are present with choices as you start to get some of your own freedom. But as an adult, yep, it's all up to you. Both good and bad. You will make mistakes. You will be scared into indecision. But you should face up to those mistakes and move on. Eventually you will have to make a choice. But with some forethinking, planning, hard work and a bit of dumb luck, you can hopefully steer your life in a positive direction. And it's never too late for a second chance or to try a different direction. You don't fundamentally change, you are still you. Even if you are older, it's the same you just need to survive in the adult world. You don't gain adult powers, you just have to do adult things. Beer and pizza catch up to you fast. By and large, Being an adult is awesome compared to being a teenager. No one tells you what to do, how to act, when to go to bed, or when to get up. People take you seriously. You can ask a doctor for sleeping pills and he'll give them to you. You can buy all the booze you want, drive the car you want, and get credit cards with incredible credit limits. The downside is, no one tells you what to do, how to act, when to go to bed, or when to get up. People take you seriously. You can ask a doctor for sleeping pills and he'll give them to you. You can buy all the booze you want, drive the car you want, and get credit cards with incredible credit limits. In short, being an adult comes with the responsibilities of adulthood, and if you choose to ignore those responsibilities, the consequences will be a lot more devastating for the rest of your life than when you were a teen. They can totally ruin your life and the lives of the people around you if you duck up. I swear when I was a teenager I could eat absolute garbage and stay slim because I was just naturally active throughout the day. Now being an adult I'm fat as duck because after a full day at work and other adulting responsibilities it's so hard to get the motivation to work out. Metabolism does not go AskReddit. High score. Eating cereal for dinner. It's cool for like the first 2 years then it starts esking. Give me some Vegas please. Life is long and complicated. You can never truly get a fresh start. Things wear you down over time. And you just get so tired. Getting excited about things is hard. And when you're an adult and you get excited about something, there's usually another adult in line that is ready to tear you down for it. Just because they're sitting and the only thing they get excited about these days is sitting on others. Money loses value quickly as you get older. Give me 1000 at 15 and I would have been in heaven buying video games and gadgets, candy and all sorts of stupid nonsense. Give me 1000 at 36 and it's going towards paying off the crushing debt that comes with adulthood and car repairs that I've put off way too long and all sorts of totally fun things.